searching for a server, and it is encoding frames. Let's go. I'll pause that because I don't need that running. And let's politely nudge this pig forward. The treasure hunters were also getting on to me about kicking pigs, so we're not kicking pigs. The pigs are just being asked to go about their business and to get on with the business. All right, hello and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is the Nobles Saga 2, episode 59 of their campaign. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Everything you are going to see is live storytelling. If you're unfamiliar with the concept of D&D, there's a set of rules that govern what we can, or how we control our characters, but for the most part, how they act, how they react, and what they do in the setting is up to the players. And excuse me for a second. If you're under the age of 14 and you're watching, stop and talk to your parents because you're going to see content that's inappropriate for you. And if you don't know about Ilderon, Google search it. There's a wiki. There is a website. There's a lot of cool stuff about it. Let's jump into our recap. We have a full party tonight, which is kind of awesome. Last session started on the 3rd of Artis. The party has several ongoing quests that they are trying to wrap up. Amongst tackling each of them and connecting and talking with their family members, the party got stuck in Galkin, traveling, well, not stuck, but ended up getting transported all the way across the world into the town of Misthaven, inside of the lake, just south of the city. Having had a divine moment, Anderson, or I'm sorry, that didn't happen last session. Having a divine moment talking with somebody from Providence, the party was heralded, Providence being the main afterlife of Ilderon. The party was heralded as celestial messengers. They're coming into Misthaven, signaling a great divine trial to change the leadership of the tribe. The tribe members went and gathered their Assetar. Meanwhile, the party was allowed to meditate in the Jarideth monastery. The messenger, a woman by the, or not the messenger, the Assetar, a woman by the name of Ahuik, was summoned and came to tend to the party while everybody else, you are just struggling, pretty girl. All right, while everybody else eventually teleported and caught up to the monastery as the party was split. The 3 members that were there, Anderson, Nomis, and Claw, were all sent into a trance to explore their memories. Anderson took the opportunity to look through more of... My dream journal is on the other side of the room. It's up there by the blanket, the red one. To look at Martlin's memories. Thank you. Anderson took the opportunity to look through Martlin's memories and to try and find out what happened to the child of the goddess that Calfear killed. Through exploring Martlin's memories, Anderson was able to find out a multitude of things. Martlin is a echo of Calfear, undergoing a trial of the gods to try and make up for Calfear's horrific actions. In that, the gods wanted to punish Calfear in a way that no mortal has ever been punished before, but understanding of his situation, the gods were also aware that a very powerful demonic lord has his soul tied with Kalfir's, and Kalfir is always under that demonic influence. In that they separated Kalfir's soul as much as they possibly could, creating Martlin and sending him to relive and experience all the moments with Kalfir, to try and see if he would do anything different, or if given the chance, if he deserves the same punishment as Kalfir. That said, Kalfir was not strong enough to stop himself, even with free will, and is cursed to live out his days as is put into an eternal slumber and wakes as a pained echo of his soul whenever it is causing issues in Ilderon. Kalfir, or Martlin, seeking rest, has been advising Anderson in things to put his soul and his legacy to rest, so that he is no longer scarring and destroying Ilderon. The revelation being, this whole time Anderson has been being advised by a Shatterer. That was mostly what we did last session. As soon as we finish... what's up, Jackal?
Nah, just saying, that's about it.
As soon as we finish that, Ahuet went to the other two messengers, Claw and Nomis, initiating the other two parts of the Trial of Waves. Somebody from the Miss Yandar must travel the Realm of Gods and the Great Astral Sea to bring back a blessing from the gods, and whoever holds that blessing will be the next leader. Nomis had the honor of naming the god whose favor they are to seek, and Claw had the honor of going and asking for entrance into the domain of the gods, upon which Talaquin holds. With that, Ahuic turned Claw into a cloud of mist, and he soared off into the sky, and the party is patiently awaiting his return.
Shador doesn't patiently do anything.
Shador does patiently tapping her foot for Claw to come back.
Also, meanwhile, while tapping her foot, she realizes what his village means.
Milmar.
Yes, because Stradora does speak Old Tongue. All right. We are going to pick up there with Claw soaring off into the sky. Claw.
Yes.
You are a cloud. You begin to drift and fly through the death fog that has taken grip over the world. You soar and you soar and you soar and you soar, and eventually, heading towards the sun, after maybe 20-30 minutes, you find yourself high in the sky, enough peeking through the clouds that you are above the fog. Looking around, you don't necessarily see any godfish up here, or any celestial emissaries. Would you like to do anything?
I guess I'll try to take a look around, maybe do a check, if anything, to see if I could... Oddly enough, I was about to say a trail, but I don't think that it will be much of a trail in the clouds. Like, partings in clouds, if there are any up here.
Okay, give me a perception check. The spell you're under is Windwalk. While you lose your physical form, you do keep all of your statistics.
That is good. Damn. That was a low roll.
Okay. Let's see. That actually for you that was a really low roll. uh, Looking around in any direction, Claw, you don't see any sort of structures or people. You do see probably one of the most beautiful setting suns, almost setting sun. It's not sunset yet, but it is going to be drifting below the horizon from your perspective, that you've seen in a long time. A brilliant warm hue uh, casting over the sky.
I guess Paul will just kind of admire it for a moment or two before kind of. They didn't really give me much of a direction, did they?
They did not. I will let you give me a investigation check if you want to go searching through the clouds.
Okay. Can I do a survival check instead?
I'll allow it.
Of. Okay. Wow, I'm rolling so low today.
No, 14's fine, probably. All right. Claude, as you go moving through the clouds, you are able to get some semblance uh, of the abnormality of some of these clouds. Uh, they are constantly shifting and reforming. Um, and I would say enough for you that you would notice not exactly how to track it, but there are kind of after breezes kind of going in different directions than like the clouds are moving. That yes, there are other things up here with you.
Okay. Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun thing. Me trying to figure out where the fuck I'm going. I Is there any consistency that Claw can figure out? Kind of just like standing there watching them for like let's say a minute or two, of just paying attention to the trails where the clouds are moving one way, but the wind is moving another.
Um, Let me think for a moment.
No problem. I like it's not like, and it can be just a generic intelligence check, and it can be just a failure. I'm just trying to figure out. Claude's just trying to figure out, can he get a sense of like position, not necessarily where they are, but a good lead where to go, because he doesn't know what's all up here.
Uh, I will let you have another check trying to make it out. This one would be perception, as you're
Open again.
specifically staring at it. I can tell you
Okay.
what you see on your passive, or you can make an active check.
I would like my passive.
Okay. Watching, watching some of the areas you've seen. Watching some of the areas you've seen this the cloud shift. Um, you don't see necessarily anything moving. You do see some of the wind moving around an area, but occasionally clouds and vapors move through it. There is something formless there, but the shape of which. I'm sorry, there is something there, the shape of which is formless, and I don't think Claw would be able to even make it out with the 22.
I have a 23, if that is any number difference.
It is not.
Okay. I did want to state that. Okay. Claw, I guess, will try to fly towards that thing. Kind of saying in Old Tongue and Celestial, hello, is anyone there?
Okay. You move straight towards it.
Yeah.
As you do, the clouds part around it as it moves backwards. You can see a faint trail of where it went.
I'll try to follow it.
Okay. I'm gonna say, give me a survival check, DC 18. Or actually, I guess I'll need to roll it a check.
Please, Claw, you're good at this. Thank you.
All right. Once you have your query in sight, Claw, this thing is exceptionally fast. Fortunately, with whatever Ahuic enchanted you with, you are even faster. Narrowing in on it, it finally stops flying, and as you continue to follow it, it is going to slowly reveal itself, the vapor spinning around it. Um, as it does, it moves aside the clouds swirling in the sphere that you have been watching. You see a face as big as your entire body. Um,
Oh.
it holds the clouds aside. Uh, the person is chuckling and speaks, saying, Claw, do you speak? Oh, actually, let me look at your page. Did you just link your languages? You
Yes, I did.
did link your languages. Um, it speaks with a voice rumbling like storms and winds. Uh, the words do not catch for you. Uh, Finally, it is going to say, Iliaria.
Illyria. Uh, hello?
Um,
Hello?
Claw, you speak Old Tongue?
Yes.
You recognize that as a common Ililnagian greeting, but in Old Tongue, it is asking if you are alive.
In Old Tongue, I'll reply with yes. um, or as far as I'm aware, yes.
Um, it chuckles again, putting back on its mask, um, becoming vapors. It moves to the other side of you, taking it off. Its face leaning in, and she says, "Ah, I thought I sensed life in these winds. You are of our sisters from the mist. You come into our domain."
Sorry, hold on.
Oh, so sad. Um, while we wait on E,
Sorry,
oh,
my mom legitimately called me because she wanted me to fix the TV.
are you good? I don't
For
mind
now,
giving you
yes.
like 2 or 3 minutes if you need it. I was just gonna grab a cup of water.
Yeah, I might need it just
Yeah,
to help out
take
with that.
take like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm gonna go grab a cup of water. Um, if anybody else wants to take 3, we can. I will be right back. Or if I was a smart dungeon master, I could say you guys could talk amongst yourselves at the monastery, but mostly everything's discussed. If you guys want to talk amongst yourselves as players, you are welcome to. I will be right back.
All hail the windfish! I don't know, so what are we doing right now anyway?
All right, I am back. I heard Jackal ask, "So what are we doing?" And I didn't hear anyone answer. Um, did you
But
say
did you
anything?
know that Milmar means midnight moon? So the werewolf village basically is called Full Moon Village. You know how stupid that is?
Okay, I am back. The TV is not fixed, and all I know is that they pressed the volume button, and now it's not got signal. And I don't.
Too loud, shut it down.
I unplugged and replugged everything, and still saying no signal. I'm like, that's all I can do.
Try turning it on
Like,
and off again.
this is the extent of my knowledge.
What the?
All right,
Did I miss?
so E.
I'm good now.
Claw
Yes.
is in the clouds talking to a massive um, being
Mm-hmm.
formed of potentially cloud vapors. Who knows?
Okay.
She has asked you. What did she just ask you? She asked if your soul was alive. You said
Yes.
yes. Oh, and I believe she asked um, if you are from her sisters on below.
I was sent by them, and I was intrigued by the way some of the magic they were using, but I was sent here to seek Balaquin, as they think I might be a messenger for a start of a new trial.
Uh, she is going to fully take off this mask of vapors, her form revealing itself, uh, appearing to be potentially 20-25 feet tall, standing in the or hovering in the sky before you. She is going to say, Talaquin, the trial of the waves, but we just had our first trial in potentially hundreds of years.
Hmm.
The Yandar seeks new leadership.
One of them seemed very eager and thought of me as a messenger already due to wide misunderstanding. But possibly one does. Uh, hold up. I heard her name earlier today. Uh, Lena. Colleen?
Ah, yes, she has led our sisters below for some time. She has never um, sought the trial of the waves. None within the Miss Yandar have since those fateful orphans.
Orphans. Hmm.
Uh, she's going to nod and say, as is our duty, we, as of Cloud Yandar, we will serve our sister Yandar in the mists below. I will help you reach Talakwen.
I greatly appreciate any and all aid.
But first, you must know such a thing requires great sacrifice. A life must be given. For one as great and as powerful as myself, my help does not come lightly.
I can understand that.
Uh, you see her smirk and start laughing. What do you think of us below?
I
Ilderon must have truly been overrun by the Terai.
actually,
Well,
for lack of better terms, the world is many planes have been merged together, and we're dealing with a deadly fog down below.
I am just blowing breezes towards you. No sacrifices needed. Come.
Thank you.
Uh, all right. She turns back into vapors, and you can uh, attempt to follow her.
All right.
Um, it does not seem that you guys are going anywhere specific, as she turns in one direction, travels this way for maybe 30, 20 seconds, full 180s, turns around, goes downwards, upwards. Eventually, as she is soaring upwards, and she continues to part the clouds around her, uh, you find yourself flying into a night sky. Uh, in the night sky above you, um, you see very clearly without the rest of Ilderon looking down. There is no more Ilderon below you. You see the entire night sky of Ilderon, all of the stars, all of the shifting zeniths, uh, even the sun. It is blocked by a floating. It is blocked by a floating citadel. As you look around, you can see some of the more brighter stars in this sphere are also blocked by floating citadels. Um,
Claw will verbally say out loud, "Now I can understand the beauty my sister always talked about. Don't even think she understands it." Huh.
oh, she directly above you
Mhm.
is a giant ziggurat floating in the sky. Um, there is a stream of water pouring down into it, and as it hits the top center of the ziggurat, it mist off into clouds and mist in either direction, uh, flowing from it. Um, she is going to say, "Come, you can stay in my Genkri." She leads you to one of these 8 floating citadels.
Okay.
Upon which, stepping onto the lower floor, it is a giant circular room held to the rest of the citadel with pillars. Um, her mist turns into full form. She is colossal. Um, there are. Uh, oh, well, actually, you're here relatively late for their time. Um, she's going to say, um, I will summon Talaquin for you.
I greatly appreciate that. May I ask your name?
Uh, she nods and says, uh, Denith, Watcher of Lyra, Major.
Beneath what? I. And I am Claw. Claw Estrai.
Uh, she's going to nod um, and inspect you and say, You speak for the mists, but you are not of them.
Yeah. I've kind of lost my place among a lot of things. Trying to find one. You said Watcher of Ursa Minor?
Lyra, Major.
Oh, Lyra Major. Okay, my bad.
Okay. Um, she'll gesture for you to sit. Um, and I will roll her a history check on Esterai. She does not know it.
That's
Um,
fair. He'll he'll sit down, and I'm sure Mango will just kind of poke her head out. Oh, just the whatever form it is. It just there's now Snook.
all right. You can resummon your physical form if you so wish. It does not end the spell. Um,
Okay.
you are unable to fly while you're physical. Oh, oops, excuse me. All right.
Okay.
So she is going to step away. You hear her steps thundering with each one. Do you want to do anything, ask any questions before I move forward?
He'll kind of look around and take in like the architecture, and he'll try to. I guess depending on how long she is, if she takes like let's say 5 minutes, he'll start to try and mimic the gestures that uh Le- Lena was doing with the memory mist, and kind of starting to try and mimic that with some of the, I guess, fog and I don't want to say fog, clouds around him, like the water in the air. Seeing if he
Okay.
can do anything with that.
Uh, so looking around from this bottom pillar you're on, um, you can see spread out in this sphere that you all are in. Um, there are 8 of these, or I'm sorry, there's 9 of these citadels, 8, not including the one you're in, um, floating all at different points. Um, in the top of each one, they are pretty open structures. You can see other beings similar to Denith's make standing up top them and moving their arms and gesturing towards the sky and various stars. Uh, that said, um, it is only a few moments that you are left here alone uh, before Denith is going to come back. Uh, she is holding a handful of fragmented glass that she then kneels down and sets before you. As the shards fall from her palm, they form a pile probably about half the size of you.
Oh, okay.
Um, she shifts through them, um, moving her fingers, and says, "You seek Talaquin. Talaquin is not one bound by the realm of Ilderon. He goes where he pleases. He navigates the waves as no other can."
Well, as I heard, he uses both waves of the sea and waves of the sky because they're the same. At least that's what I heard.
She's going to nod as she taps her finger. Um, Lightning begins to spark from her hands into all of the shards. Um, One by one, they begin to hover around you, taking the place of the stars. Um, as you look around, uh, you can see some of them are clouded, some of them are not. Uh, there is something moving within them. Uh, I she's going to say, "I've sent the call out for Talaquin. He has thought that he would not be needed here for some time, and that um, I know where he is, but not when."
When? So it goes through the sea of time, I guess.
Talaquin can navigate echoes of our past. He can see the truths of memories. He can swim in their currents, and he can take others too with him. Uh, After a moment,
Huh.
you can see Deneth looks frightened for a moment, looking at one of the shards, uh, swooping up and down through these shifting clouds in it. Um, you see a small figure um, of a houndfish. It leaps up and down and up and down and up and down, slowly getting bigger uh, till it is the entire size of the crystal you're staring at. Uh, Daneth is going to
Uh,
stumble backwards um, before a wave of clouds sweep over the bottom part of this uh, pillar, or of this spire. Uh, Claw,
mm,
you find yourself sitting again, or standing again, in a sea of clouds. Uh, Peeking its head out of the water, you see a fish the size of a city. Uh, the forefront of its head, is pointed at you before it turns, and you can see a eye as big as a keep. As it turns, it swims back under the waves, or under the shifting sea. It its back surfaces again, and there is a wonderkin standing on its back, walking towards you. It is going to wave. It looks rather androgynous as it speaks and says,
Okay.
Again, in a language that you don't understand. If Claw shows any visible confusion at it, it shifts languages again. This time speaking in Celestial. And says,
I understand that one.
all right. It is going to say, I am in a generous mood, said I. You sought me?
I sought you for as to explain my tale as best I can, while trying to help deal with an issue in my village. I ended up at the chantry in the Mist Yondar with Lena asking if I was a messenger from the gods, and the current leader of the Mist Yondar sent me here to get permission to try to do the trial of waves, as Lena was apparently praying to
Ahuic has
you,
started a trial
Lachlan.
so soon. I have just
Claw will
helped her
shrug.
obtained Daimadith's blessing, and yet she wishes to go back into the realm of gods. Why?
I'm not sure on Daimadith. I'm not sure on Ahuic. Seems to just wishing to confirm if this was a trial that was necessary. Liana wanted the trial, as far as I know. I am just being the messenger as best as I can. I know very little.
The man is going to nod, and then he's going to say, what is it that you want?
There are many things that I want to do, but namely one is to help those down below clear this death fog and to summarize purpose.
He's going to nod and say, yes, this fog makes me not so special. I doubt the Yandar would even need me. They'd realize how weak Ilderon's our borders are. The walls between realms are thin. The waves are not needed for this, but guidance. She will need a guide, as the paths can be dangerous. Upon this, I will open the way for them. The first one to seek me and to reach me, I will guide to the god that they so wish. Should they come back successful, the Miss Yondar, they shall have a new Ascitar.
It will do my best to deliver the message and let them know. I don't know which god, but I have a feeling that they've already decided on one. But knowing that they need guidance in this time might be a good message for me to deliver. All trails are dangerous if you don't know what's in front of you.
He is going to nod and say, "That's why I prefer the streams." Tell them that the paths will be open. Upon which the man is going to submerge on the back of the giant fish. As he does, you feel the ground fall out from beneath you. You begin falling.
Am I becoming mist again?
You can. As you do, you fall from whatever skyscape you were in with Talaquin, finding yourself back within the clouds of Ilderon.
Oh, okay. If I had a heart right now, it would be beating.
Do you try and navigate back to the monastery?
Yeah, mimicking the path that I just took, with me calling out in Old Tongue, "Thank you, Watcher."
You don't hear any response initially, but as you descend through the clouds, finally re-entering the mist, you hear a giggle around you. A few moments, or rather, a long couple of moments later, you find yourself descending back into Misthaven. The monastery stands apart from all the other buildings. You are able to descend down into its cloister. The rest of your party is all there and waiting for you, along with the attendants and the Asatar. As you finish descending, Ahuik is going to dispel the spell from you, waving away the winds, your form returning. Leanna is going to be the first to step forward and say, "Do we have a trial of waves?" Ahuik is going to step forward and says, "Yes, has Talaquin decided to guide us again?"
As Claw will nod and saying, "Talaquin said we can't have another trial of waves. He was very confused, or they were very confused when I arrived with on how soon it was. But with given everything going on currently, a guide is very much needed. And the first one to seek them out will be granted a guide to whatever god they wish to seek." They did agree that guidance is needed.
Ahuik is going to look at Leanna and say, "I found the Father of Empires. I will find the Mother of Seas, and I will return with her blessing." Leanna is going to smile and say, "Not if I bring it back first." Ahuik is going to bow and say, "The trial of waves has commenced. Anyone from the Yondar may participate." She looks at the party. And is
Nah,
going
I'm
to
good.
say, "I wish I could offer you a more warm stay at Jari Death, but other matters call for my attention."
Out of curiosity, before you leave, do Cloud people usually be this playful around individuals from here?
Mm,
Claw asks that, like, towards both of them, like, just the. Is it usual for. He doesn't. I don't think he's met a giant hat before, so he doesn't know. Do the giant cloud people usually be playful with us from down here? Or did I just get a lucky encounter?
Leanna is going to say there are legends of Cayenne cities that escaped the shattering, uh, still floating lost in the sky. Um, Ahuik is going to shake her head and say, Talaquin and their ties to him are the only thing we know of the ones that roam our skies. Playful or not, they don't interact with us much, unless a trial is being called.
Denise, I think.
Say that again?
Denise is who I met and helped me. If that name means anything to you two.
I will roll a history check on it. Leanna is going to shake her head and say, there are records of her within Jarideth, an astrologer of the Kayak Empire, hundreds of years ago.
Light Watcher of Lyra Major. I know that very well. That would be Lyra Major.
Ahuik is going to say, ours is not to map the realm of gods. We are but simple pilgrims moving through it. Leanna is going to shake her head at Ahuik and say, child, that is why you'll only be Asatar for a month. You think too small.
I wonder if my sister knows more. He says that under his breath, but shakes his head. All right. Well, I'm glad I met her.
Are we all here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we are.
Yeah, Claw, this is all nice and all, but you know, it's like past midday and I haven't destabilized every government in Ilderon yet.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking Rion, that sounds like it'll be a good change of pace, but Red X is always on the table.
I was just thinking that. You got the smiting sword.
Alright.
But no, seriously, we do need to get back.
That being said, there are 2 other Yondars in Galkin we haven't done yet. I'm taking partial credit for Undar.
Alright. Well, I guess we should be going then. Oh.
All right. Your lead, or I'm sorry, not your lead. Your
Escort?
yes. Nemeister. Your guardian or your babysitter. There we go. No,
He's our chaperone.
yeah, your chaperone.
Was
Nemeister
old and
Our
did not-
teleportation mule.
she did not use her 7th level spell today. She got you guys here with a teleportation circle. She's going to gesture for everyone to gather around and say,
We know how to teleportation circle us back to Arter. I know that was a silly statement, but she's a Silver Sigil member. The head diviner is a Silver Sigil member.
You're asking the Meister this?
No.
Oh, okay. Nemeiser is going to say, this trip's already taken far more than I expected. Can we just go back to the university
Hey,
before one of you gets yourselves killed?
No, we have a government to destabilize.
First of all, we never did. We could go meet the Sky Queen. We did not destabilize my government. But look, I'm owed a bunch of diamond dust so I can get these dinguses and doofuses healed up, so that when we do actually do something that tries to get us killed, they're a little more, hardy about it. So we probably need to go back to Somar Villa. But I mean, if you want to go
She's going
to
to
the university,
shake her head,
it's fine.
gesturing for everybody to grab her hands. So everybody hold on to Nemeiser.
Yep. Sure.
I am preparing myself for falling.
Okay.
Again.
Well, I already rolled her roll. Let's see. Oof. 24 is off target. Nemeiser rolled a 26.
Oh God, we are gonna destabilize another government.
No, she's good. She is on target, barely. You guys are going to
I was
feel
about to
yourselves.
suggest, like, if anyone has the guidance cantrip, does that work?
You
God, we
guys are
so
going to
screwed.
feel yourselves the planar fabric rip for a moment, yourselves pulled into it, and suddenly reconstituted back in front of the North Star Inn. I forget the name of the place you were staying at in Somar Villa. It's in my notes. But yes, you guys are on the north side of Somar Villa. And she's going to it's like, all right, let's be about our business and back to the university, please. I don't want these people weighing me down with any more requests.
Understandable.
Of few people walking on the road leaving Somar Villa, we're going to point over to Nemeiser. It's like, hey, is that her? Hey!
Nope.
Nemeiser is going to put up her hood.
Oh, I
Again.
forgot about this.
Walking
I do.
southwards. No one's in the keep, right? I'm gonna just go wait in the keep grounds.
Okay.
You guys killed that
You can
thing.
go. You can go hang out with my cult.
We've
could
got two
also-
cults here.
You could also hang out at my village, but that's a bit of a further way.
No, come on. We can go inside, and I can introduce you to the cult.
Nemeiser begins walking towards the Nakart keep.
Okay.
Our person of
Alrighty
interest.
then.
Neat.
Man and a woman wearing a ruby amulet are going to walk up to you guys hustling. They can say, excuse me, were you just talking to that Shattered? Is it true? Is she reincarnated Lithilia Nakart?
No.
No.
Damn.
She's.
Must
I
have
mean,
been the
she's.
wrong one.
Yeah, you know what? She gets that all the time. She's just a Meister. A star in her own right.
A very special one at that, might we add.
A role model, truly. I, an impressionable young girl, would love to grow up to be just as heroic as she is someday.
She's not.
I am debating making you roll a deception check, Rob, but you know what? They've got no reason to suspect you.
I mean,
it
like,
would-
check for sarcasm.
I was about to say,
you know what,
so
Rob?
wait, you
Yeah,
want to
give
do
me a
all that?
deception check.
Versus.
Sidman's going to pipe up and say, wait, you want to commit all that debauchery?
Am I
Right.
good at lying? No. Yes, yes, I am.
No, I'm not. Yes, I
They're
am.
just gonna put up a
Clearly.
hand and say, "Well, we're not gonna waste any more of your time."
The man's gonna just shower at that
Wait a
spot.
minute, they have ruby amulets and stuff?
They do.
Hey, may I ask why?
Why? What?
Why you have ruby amulets and stuff? Did you have business or were you just fans?
They're going to shake their head and say, "Oh, we were just traveling through. Somar Villa today, and the gossip amongst the commoners is like wildfire. Lethelia Nakart coming and clearing away the mist, taking back her keep, not bowing to the rule of their name slipped my mind.
Naked Alliance?
Yes, but the people running it, the Nyatans.
Curious. Spine grew
the
by 3
woman,
sizes. Okay.
Nods. But alas, if Lethelia really is out there, she's likely dead by now. It has been 16 years.
Technically speaking, she's been dead the whole time. She's a Terrai.
Wasn't she killed by Father Anderson?
No, she absconded into the night, and then we just all kind of ignored that a powerful Terrai is somewhere out.
Could have sworn the great hero Father Anderson, like, stopped her.
The man is going to nod and say, "Oh, I was there that night. It wasn't just her. It was a whole cacophony of vampires, about a half dozen of them. Tried to kill every important person in Somar Villa."
Yeah, then Father Anderson created a sun within the palm of his hand and raised it, obliterating all the vampires. One of my favorite stories.
He's
old
gonna
man-
scratch his head and say, "I don't know if it happened like that, but it was some time ago."
My mom and dad were there as well.
The old
It
man.
didn't. It did not happen like that. I wasn't
The old-
there, but it didn't happen like that.
Look, it could totally have happened that way, but after spending, approximately 8 hours being accosted by magical images of that man, no.
It's like, I don't care anymore.
You gotta conjured that sun into the palm of his hand, and then I hope he was immediately stabbed repeatedly by every one of those vampires and some of the nobles.
Screw that man.
Just,
Greatest hero.
I thought
Um,
Eldrick Bertolf would be my least favorite Ardorian, but goddamn, they're fighting the death for that one. Luckily, one of them's already dead.
The man's gonna speak up and say, "You did the tour? Oh, I hated the path I took."
Yeah,
we
it wasn't a
did
big
too.
mine either.
Yeah.
It ended with a large beast that was a twisted abomination of bone and wood. Luckily, the big one here makes a good shield.
The only thing he's.
I got my soul partially ripped out. It actually really hurt.
Wait, oh,
Is that still missing, by the way?
I was talking about the room with the flames.
Yeah, no, we were in there 2 days ago.
Oh. He puts a hand over his mouth.
We killed it. Seriously though, I need a greater restoration. I am in quite a lot of pain.
Pain grows character.
Well, I was gonna look at Singe, says the man whose face is half blown off.
Anyways,
I just want to look up at you, like, just with that look of, shut it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Lethelia Nakart has not returned, sadly. And this is a friendly reminder that the strength you can have to defy your weak governments is in you all along.
You have the power to rise
Surprisingly,
up in revolution and overthrow
the
your
woman-
cruel dictators.
is going to say, "Well, if you're dealing with issues of the soul, I just sold a wealth of diamonds to the Nyatans. If they're
Oh,
feeling
thank-
generous."
Thank
Damn it.
Renolta's mercy. That was our reward for killing that abomination.
Oh, they purchased them for you.
Yes.
Hmm.
She's going to nod and say, I'm a sucker for happy endings.
We cleared out the keep. It's the monster. You're welcome.
You know what? I'm gonna roll her a check. She's going to nod at that and say, well, to be fair, doing business with the Niatans, I took them for more than what those stones were worth. She'll nod and say, if it's a reward for you, though, she pulls out a pouch and tosses it towards you and says, return that to them as thanks, as I pass through Somar Villa quite often, and it being a safer place to roam is good for business.
Since you're being so nice, giving me what appears to be a large sack of money. My God. The main trade route is safer, but it won't stay that way.
She's going to nod and say, oh, I do most of my business with the vaults.
Good.
Fortunately, their Arcanist can teleport us around. I'm headed back into the city.
Oh,
Traders
good.
better get through while they can.
Look,
How long was it until the mist recoalesces?
Yes, look, I don't know. We're working on it.
In any case, they are going to wave, and the man's going to say, if you see that shattered walking around, the one everyone's talking about, send her our regards and thank her for her blessings.
Will do.
They are going to continue northwards.
Cool. As they walk away, I'm just gonna ask Fedora. I didn't think about it until after that conversation. Why are we destabilizing governments again?
We're doing it accidentally. It's not like I do this on purpose.
Wait,
Wait,
really?
what?
I'm
Wait,
just
we see-
pointing out. I'm just pointing out a trend in behavior that has occurred while we've been doing shenanigans. They literally tried to replace Ariana in our presence. An entire ass war was fought in Undar while we were just kind of like there, present. It's like happening in the background. It's really weird. I hope somebody else was on that. And then we, caused the thing with the Acetars. Dagger Gully doesn't exist anymore.
What?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it feels like everywhere we go, there's some kind of turmoil with the government. You could say that's just a sign of the times. I'm also maybe saying that we incite revolutions by existing.
Also, don't forget this place and the whole,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. In a microcosm, we have caused Kiris's already shitty polling numbers to go down even more because of Nemeister being a drunken badass.
I don't know, maybe it's not us, maybe it's the fact that the government already has flaws in it. That people have just been allowing to, stay as it has, but have now started to realize that they can have a better life and have started to stand up for themselves, and we just happen to be there.
Estradora puts a large sack over her back and goes, No, man, people's opinion of their leaders tends to go with whatever's going on in life. A small-scale apocalypse just happened. Nobody's happy.
Are we the baddies?
Oh,
I'm
No.
gonna roll this conversation is happening as you guys are walking towards the Niatan Keep.
That's fair.
That's
What are we
That's
doing with
how-
all this gold? I can't hide all this gold.
Well, I
It's
mean-
not
I can't hide
it's
all
not a
this.
huge sack. It is a bag, probably the size of both of your palms.
Oh, that's
It's
actually
like
not
a
that
dice
bad.
bag.
I mean, it's really more
Is it
of
filled
a.
with gold or is it filled with gems? Now I really need to know if it's filled with shinies because I know Nomus.
Looking inside of it, it is filled with cut ruby pieces and gold pieces.
Yeah,
Better than nothing.
Nomus, there's shinies in the bag if you want to keep a hold of it.
Into the poison.
And thus our fish girl has
Okay.
taken.
Are we sure we aren't
I
the
don't-
baddies with all this?
We're
The
not
most
so bad.
good.
Everyone, if anything, the baddies are all around us, and we're doing the right. We're not the baddies. I'm
I
very
am a
confident that we're not
shining exemplification of
We
a
didn't-
Lil Nagian greatness.
We
didn't
literally
start
have
this
the sword
apocalypse.
that kills God. Actually, he might have a point.
We did not start the apocalypse. We'll just remember that.
Well, technically, we didn't stop it either because it was the
Hey, we
princess.
tried. We tried.
Are we giving this gold to the Nitans, or are we keeping it?
Well, I mean,
Look,
we're giving it to
I mean, are we-
Daphne.
There's
I
a
don't know
certain...
about the
gold?
Niatans. We can give it to Daphne.
No, I'm keeping it. What are you talking about?
Okay.
We did
Well,
the
it-
work. It's technically a result of our labor. I like to talk about my moral thing, but ethically speaking, that's mine. If they didn't want to have to pay a jerk tax, then her husband needs to stop being a fucking spineless twerp.
Here, small compromise. We keep the money, but we get Daphne a nice gift.
She's married to the lord of this entire town. What can we get her that she doesn't already have?
You did get her a summer home in the center of it.
I gave her a keep that I used your blood to earn.
Wait, oh my god, no, that. Wait, that was stated.
All right. You guys can arrive at the Niatan Manor. Going past the door guard elemental. And I will expedite things inside of here.
I'm gonna name him Rocky.
Rocky
You can say
Balboa.
your relationship started out a little rocky.
Hey.
Okay.
Now it's more grounded.
Yeah.
God.
You guys can meet up in the foyer, and Daphne and Kiris will show you the gemstones and summon Marrow, upon which he will heal, or he'll cast Greater Restoration on each of you. So
God,
let's see, who
finally.
needed it?
I needed it.
Nomis, Anderson, Claw already got one, and Kenneth doesn't ever take damage, so I think the last one was for Sigmund.
Yeah.
Kenneth just throws like daggers in the corner and kills everyone without ever getting hit. The clever,
Hey,
clever coward.
I'm already dead inside, so.
There
kidding, I
was,
shine
there
with
was
the
one
Lilia's
fight,
light, so.
Kenneth almost got fireballed off the cliffside. It'll happen again. You just gotta be patient.
It was a grand
You
and
say
glorious
that, but then
fight.
like you say that, and then like one of the daughters of Gendoi is gonna try to fireball Kenneth, and he's just gonna like enter a fugue state and wake up, and there's just gonna be like 12 dead elves.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, he's gonna black out for a second.
He's gonna
wake
do
up,
the
fire
Moon
up on
Knight
a-
thing, and then there's just gonna be 12 dead elves.
Oh no, I was gonna go Skyrim. Like, he's gonna wake up on a cart, hands tied, and it's like, you're awake. They got you while you were going across the border.
All right, I'm gonna
you're
round us
friendly.
because we are short on time tonight. Oh, after you guys get healed, is there anything you want to do, or do you guys seek out Nemeister and go back to Alil Nagai?
I
I mean,
wouldn't
I
mind-
tell Claw about his, well, I guess part of either when we're walking there or while we're, like, when we get there, I'll just, remind Claw, like, hey, we talked to your sister. She's disappointed in you.
Well, Wild knew with that.
What
Hey.
Oh yeah, the well. The whole reason we were there.
you know what? I have
Okay, that's fair.
I have a gut feeling that there's something that if I were to be there, she would have whacked me upside the head with with her staff. But I'm not surprised that she's disappointed in me. Is she more disappointed in the fact that I kept almost dying, or is she disappointed that I missed her by a hair?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct answer.
I
While
guess
you guys
anything
talk,
else.
I'm gonna step away, but I'm still listening.
So I guess anything else we need to do would be, I guess, we have to go back talking to Claw about trying to get a druid, some druid, to go to a Lil Nagai. Like they don't have to come with us, just
Yeah,
for that to be there.
yeah. I might have to talk to my mom or because what happened when you talked to Fang about that?
She told us to talk to your dad.
That makes sense. Okay.
Oh, look who's here.
I have a legitimate question though. What are we going to do now? Like, what's the next step? Where are we going?
Well, don't we need people with every element?
Hold on, I'm getting my notes.
I believe Alessandra had ideas about how to enrich Earthfire flames.
Yeah, she was looking into that, so we got to find out what's going on there.
And I don't think we ever get. Oh man, I just used her name in front of everybody.
We also don't know anything about the Season Stone yet. I was gonna get stuff for a Legend Lord.
And there's also how we can.
Oh, and we never gave Best Quo those notes.
Going back to there is one minor thing in my village that I wanted to do, but it's no deal at all. Like legitimately, probably wouldn't even work.
He points out again that like, contextually speaking, in this roleplay, we're either saying all of this in front of your father or he's in the next room.
Yeah.
Let's go with he's in the next room. It's not like like he'll be able to hear us regardless, but you know, the illusion of privacy.
Yeah, no, my father is is basically like Roman Drake. We both, Strador and Claw both had a father that could hear everything they were doing. The only difference was Roman Drake was more there for the.
Roman Jake was more of a responsible dad.
Only one person keeps secrets in the Drake calendar household, and it's the man who hears everything.
The man with a pact with the midgets.
Active. I don't beat you up in the middle of a sewer.
I am back. By the way, you guys hit on most of all the quests I have for you that are open. So,
yeah, so, I mean, I'm just saying, like, what should our next step be as a party in trying to solve the apocalypse?
I gotta get this dark water out of me and then get to Kaiminaji, possibly not in that order.
Strador, well, can I try something real quick? I just need someone who can actually be comprehensive of what's going on here.
Oh, I think I know what you're trying to do. That's clever. I don't think it'll work, but it's clever.
are you trying to use the first part of that feat, Claw?
Yep.
You're doing it with Stradora?
Yeah, if she is just like that's why he's asking. Do you mind if I practice something on you?
I very much do mind. My memories are mine.
Claw's got a swirling hand of fog around his hand, and he goes to touch Stradora, and Stradora says no.
Okay.
Well, you're saying you wanted the dark water out, and he can manipulate water.
No, he can do water rye crafting. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, no. Well, at least I felt it actually attempt, so that's all I needed. That's what I wanted to practice.
Also, practice on Anderson. He's the one with the memories everybody wants to actually see.
You know, by request of Martlin, he would prefer if people didn't go poking around in my brain. There's quite a lot of private information in there that he would rather not share.
He's dead. He doesn't get to consent.
I was there. You don't want to be in there.
Oh. I'm going to say Claw stop before the second half of it when a person rejects it kicks in.
I mean, I'll take 1d8, 1d4 plus your wisdom modifier and psychic damage for resisting if you want to take about 1.
That's why I said Claw's going to.
Of punching damage.
Alright, yeah, if Claw stops, you don't have to force anyone to relive terrifying memories.
Yeah, no.
All right. So the question was posed: what is the next step for your guys' party? You guys have a lead on the empowered Earth, Fire, Flame. You don't have a lead on the Season Stone, and the Creation Circle requires hiring enough willing contractors. You are already got one down.
Hi.
Oh,
I guess I'll ask my dad. You know,
you
Marrow.
want to go look for? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm sure Marrow is still in the building until he gets another job.
Yeah. You can find Marrow doing essentially Marrow things, brooding over the archway leading into the manor.
He's in his
watching-
favorite brooding pouch.
Uh,
He like
Here and see
Batman. Does he have like a
everything that's
favorite
happening.
gargoyle he likes to stand on?
Yes,
No.
it's the Earth Elemental that he bound outside.
I'm usually on top of a church, perched as a crow.
So yes.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. Hey, a few questions that came up considering talking to Fang. First off, with we were looking for druids that could possibly help out with an alone guy for the fact with all this mist, they're going to need some crops. And I was wondering if any of the druids that came over would be willing to come over, head over there to help out.
Marrow's going to nod and say relations are good with them. We can send a few.
That'll be good news. And secondly, the question of, do you happen to know anyone that we could contact for a... Not... We just said it. Fuck! I almost said summoning sickle.
One of the items for your dissolve planar tether spell, the creation circle, the empowered earth fire
Creation.
flame, or the season stone.
Creation Circle. Do you know any contractors for the Creation Circle? Or know where would be a good place to start looking?
Marrow is going to say you're spending time in Sky's Reach. Should be able to find anyone you need there. Place is a hub of all sorts of Sarai coming and going.
Fair enough. Guys, reach being the main spot. And a Season Stone? Or have you heard of a thing called a Season Stone?
He's going to shake his head. Say, what is it?
The thing we need for a spell that might help remove what's happened to the Earth from the daughters. That's why I was asking you, as well. Season Stone sounds like something that might be used in Druid spells as well, not just arcane.
Claw or Marrow doesn't seem to have heard of anything of the nature. I will let you roll a history check because I gave you guys more information on it. But I'll put it has been a while, so I'll put the DC at 16.
Oh, fair enough. Claw was just asking to see if he knew about it before he asked him for information of like more information for it.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much what you communicated to Marrow is all that you can remember about it. Upon which he's going to shake his head and say, I can't say I've come across anything like that.
Okay, that's understandable. Well, I thought I would at least ask you. Today's been a weird day.
He's gonna nod and say, telling me, having to disperse all those people from the manor. This kid's gonna be dead by the end of the week.
Always be optimist, Dad.
He's gonna shake his head and say, there are enough spells here that, who knows, by the end of the week he might be back as a Matuka Ori. I can reincarnate a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, my two Corys. That's the word for kiss, isn't it?
Dwarfs.
Dwarves.
At which point, Marrow, a person of very few words, is going to continue staring out of the window.
Understandable.
He doesn't
Well-
dismiss you or anything. You're welcome to brood in your dad's presence.
Robin to his Batman.
Only difference is I'm actually his kid.
Just like
Well-
Damian Wayne, baby! Damian Wayne.
Well, I guess so far I'm following in your footsteps, saving the world from reality breaking.
now let me show you the proper brooding technique. You want to like put your left hand on your chin.
Only difference?
It's actually
I'm a little
mostly
bit
in
more
the
social about it.
quads, son.
No, it's all in the chest and in the attitude. If you brood hard enough, nobody will mess with you, except for your own kids.
Hunch back, but same time puff out your chest.
Well, I hope that you get to go home soon, Dad. I'm sure Mom and Sis missed you. And he'll walk out.
Okay. Give me 1 second if he's got any last bit of wisdom for you.
Oh, Mara has plenty of wisdom.
Don't die. Great wisdom, Dad.
He turns to look towards you, walking out. Bites his lip, turns back towards the window.
Pretty
All
sure
right.
that was Mara for I love you, son of a brother.
At which point you can reconnect with the party.
That's when I start. Blessed.
So, my dad had said that he would be able to send some druids. We got some good. He will be able to send some druids. Didn't give me a time frame. Didn't
Did
really.
he give you a where? And just show up in Dawkinsdale and be like, here's corn? Like what?
Oh, I told him and Alona guy that they could use some druids with help with the fields.
You do know that Alona Guy's a big place, right? Like, it's huge. It's literally a third of the continent.
My dad's wisdom. We don't have a lot. He didn't give me any intelligence.
We'll tell Dila to reach out.
Just
Yeah.
to be sure, it's like just in case you get lost.
Sociality is not our strongest suit, so it might be a better idea of somebody who knows the location better to help point them in the right direction.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
well-
It's cool. It's fine.
But he also didn't know anything about anyone else in for both Season Stone or anything like that. Thought I'd ask.
We're literally about to go to Nerd Capital. We can ask a nerd. Specifically, my nerd.
Maybe she's found something other than the clarifier thing.
And anyway, we
That's
come
fair.
back to our corpse.
No, we're trying to fight that.
Yep.
Or just
All right.
glares at you.
All right.
She
Anything
stares
else?
through you.
Is there anything else that we want to do
She
besides
stares intently
Jodor
at
giving Besides Jodoy giving the Naiken an actual spine and replacing his.
Yeah, but if I did a spine transplant, that means some poor innocent person with one loses theirs.
I mean, what if it's like a really bad person, like a villain?
Have we considered that maybe he should just like, I don't know, hear complaints? That oh my god, I forgot Alessandria's mom's name.
Ariana.
Yeah, Ariana does that? Like, if she's the leader of the whole country, she'd be like the person you'd want to stab. Like, just politically speaking. Regardless of how you feel about her. Like, I know that maybe he wouldn't, because people feel really stabby right now. But, like, I think of that as, like, a win-win. Either he gets stabbed and we're done with this. Or he shows enough of his personality that, I'm starting to really think this is a bad idea. But anyways, my point is if he shows, like, I don't know, like he cares, even if it's just for pretend, then maybe they'll be like, Arcurus is a nice guy. He listens.
Or at least they think he does.
We'll find. Like
Just
I said,
saying, it's literally a thing you people do, culturally speaking, is essentially beseech your leaders to air your grievances.
Bad people, but yes.
Like every day there's a line being like, "Oh, sacred backdate, the goats are acting up." Try that. That sounds like a good idea.
Dude, just because I'm a member of the government, or not the government, but I know the government because I live there. Do people actually complain about the goats? I thought there was like at least a level of this needs to be somewhat serious.
You'd be surprised.
You would be
You're asking me?
very surprised.
I'm asking you, the DM.
Oh.
I don't think Anderson goes to court proceedings that much. I'll say I'll roll a percentage check if Anderson's ever been at one of these things with his father asking for something, and if he can remember. Give me a history check if you can remember the severity of the complaints levied.
Sure. History.
As much as you want to shame Stradora, yeah, some people come with their personal beefs to the magnate.
Yeah, and again, it's not about him handling this petty nonsense. It's just that if he listens, that ingratiates people to his presence, which he sorely needs right now.
Alright, so before we head out, I'm assuming to Kennedy that we have already healed our people, right?
Yes.
Marrow
Okay.
Restored all of you.
Okay, so before we head out, we have told them about, clearing out the dead bodies and stuff like that. That got through the mist.
Man, we
Right.
have to tell him that the mist is not gonna just let up.
Okay, alright, I was trying to
That's
remember,
only a
what have
temporary
we
fix.
not done, because we sort of, popped our heads in really quick and went to the other side of the world.
Well, to be fair, I think we realized, I think we were gonna tell them when we came back. We just didn't think I just didn't think we'd cross an ocean in between those conversations.
Yeah, we'll all catch up on all that. We just gotta make sure they know. Once again, we just tell Daphne. Why doesn't she just lead this place? I mean, honestly, it'll turn out better.
I mean, I think she does lead this place, but, just controls it through her husband.
Anyways, we'd want to tell them that at some point Drakeway will become a dangerous pass again because the mist will regenerate.
Just like a Drake.
We never truly die.
As much as they want to.
Which we can skip the roleplay on that.
Okay.
Yeah, just a quick note to let them know. Let me sure Marrow knows too. Whatever they're doing in his village is making sure there's no mist. So I don't know. They can handle that as they will. Well, yeah, they're compressing the mist, so they can handle that however they want to.
Make nice with your fellow fucking what's the word I want to
Werewolves.
use? No. Name for a person who rules a fiefdom. Your feudal lords get like a Sun Yith order
Provincial
in here.
lord.
Yeah.
Mara, the feudal lord.
I mean, technically, I'm sure it's Kiro, the actual people. All right, we're done here. We can go to our favorite place in the world. To get the Meister.
Oh gosh. You know, I'm not confident that we actually killed everything in there. I hope she's
I
okay.
wonder if she blew up every single sign of Father Anderson's projection ghosts.
That would be kind of funny.
You guys.
know-
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, E.
My money is on the fact that she touched a bed trying to find a place to sit down or lay down and ended up getting warped over into a prison cell and doesn't realize she can easily lift it and get out.
Guys, I just realized if she did not stay at the front, we'd have to look for her.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Let's just get this over with.
This'll be fun.
Let's just get this over with.
We have no miss that sending, right? We could just send her a text. A magic text. Our sentient cell phone.
I mean, yeah, that was more Lemelia. No, miss.
Well, yes, but hear me out. She's still the one.
No,
With the,
we're
the
not
cell
making
cell.
Lemelia 2.0.
All right.
I'm not saying it's
Go
Lemelia
to the
2.0.
Nacart Keep. Go to the Nacart Keep. Hoping the Meister
yeah,
isn't
I'm gonna
dead.
move you guys to the Nacart Keep. The Meister did not go inside.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it is not terribly difficult to find her poking around through some of the outsides of the building, inspecting some of the bramble. She is one of the only people. She is, yeah, the only people moving on this courtyard. So I would say if you guys fan out and search the grounds, hearing sounds, eventually you guys are able to find her without much difficulty.
I'm just curious to see if Claw would have just, yeah.
Calling through the mist, once whoever finds her, you guys can all congregate. Nemeiser is going to have a thorn of this bramble in her hand. And,
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
It's just, stab it straight through. It's like, haha, evil I'm kidding. Once everybody's together, Nemeiser is going to look at you all and say, all right, finally back to the university, and then I'm done caring for each of your lives.
For now.
Oh, you make it sound like the time we've spent together hasn't been, heartwarming and life-changing.
It's been terrifying, and we've had a assassination attempt in the castle. With the ghosts here guarding those spots of the death mist, and then half of you tripping and getting thrown through the interplanar borders and landing in Galkin. I'm trying to get into Dila's good graces, and one of you loses your head on my watch? No, thank you.
Hey, remember when you thought this was the easy task?
But
The
think
Meister,
about but think about it. You helped stop an international incident. You repaired relations with the nobility of Arter, and you also, maybe leave the Galkin part out.
You became a local hero.
And you became a local hero. You want to get in their good graces? You earned a lot of stars this last couple days.
Now, to be fair, to be warned, you did lose one of us, but you gained another one.
The Meister is going to roll her eyes at that, and say, to the best of my ability, he's still alive.
Yes, to the best of ability, he is still alive. Whatever
Look,
happens to him,
don't
is
worry.
on
If
him.
Dila says anything about it, we'll make sure to vouch for the fact that his disappearance was not your fault and not your problem.
She's going to take out a piece of gem-infused chalk and start drawing a teleportation sigil.
Oh, I thought you were about to
Everybody,
say, like, I want that in writing.
everybody in line, you know how to go through a teleportation circle by now.
May I once again memorize the circle she's drawing?
Yeah, you should have this one memorized already. You recognize it as the sigil to
The one I have. Okay.
to the university.
The one I had before I didn't know where it was.
I don't think she's
Oh.
ever been by that sigil.
You know, the one I have is
Lamilia has.
As
It wasn't her. I was watching
Oh.
videos before I was talking to
Because she didn't teleport traditionally. in the world.
yeah. You don't have that one. The university sigil is public knowledge. Anyone can teleport here for free. So
You know,
you gain 2 when you pick up the spell. So which ones did I give you?
I don't have this one.
Oh, okay. So you're just trying to memorize sigils.
Is there a teleportation circle in the ocean?
Probably.
It wouldn't surprise me, actually.
Confirm, no deny.
It's probably like the secret, like, to her
I
village.
just want to be able to recognize if I see something else.
It
Okay.
has to be
Like-
like in a cave, man, because how else do the ocean would wipe away the chalk? It ain't supposed
Well,
Alright.
no, because underwater, like,
There's something else.
there's not as much disturbance underwater, so it can actually stay for quite a while.
Interesting.
The Meister is going to finish the circle. You all are going to be able to step through. You find yourselves inside of the university's library, and I gotta pull out my Sky's Reach notes because I always forget.
I just had the weirdest, stupidest thought of people farming squids for ink on like Marai farming squids for ink. I don't know why.
But could they?
Oh my gosh,
Just-
I use the university all the time, and I don't know where it's at. Give me 1 second. This might be in this book. Oh, here it is. Sky's Reach. There we go. All right. You all are going to find yourselves in the Baleson Sanctum. Stepping out of the teleportation circle, you are on stage. The 2 Kalkin guards that always watch the circle are here. They're going to see the Meister raise a hand and nod as she steps off the stage, off of the sigil. Of Nemeister.
I know that's a no problem. Maybe do more of a face check.
Do you want to roll a perception check on the guards?
Yes.
Okay,
You know,
go ahead and give it to me.
do I know the guards? Can I refer to them by name?
Let's see. Do I have these 2's name? I'm actually gonna say no. Stradora doesn't know them because I think this is your guys' first or second time using this circle. I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think
The
last
ones
time you guys
outside
did.
of Dila's tower, though. I know those guys.
Yeah. Here we go.
I think of them as friends. They think of me as pest.
Accurate.
Nomus, to the best of your ability, both of these guards have shadows.
Oh wait, no, I didn't think they were double.
Oh,
They're just being lax in their job. We're just seeing the Meister being like, oh yeah, we know her. Send her.
you want them to
Although
do a
that's a-
more rigorous inspection?
Yes.
Stupid. There's
Are you just like both arms outstretched, like, search me?
They just seem bad at their job. You need more than a face check when there's magical illusions. I could change us all into the Meister.
What if one of us wanted to
you
become a
could bring that up to
changeling?
them.
You know what? Yeah. Excuse me, not to question your job, but I hope
I'm going to question your job now.
change your appearance if this were to be the intruder disguised as Meister.
They are going to nod and say, Oh, yes, we are. They're the university welcomes all individuals, though. It's not simply, is it someone we know? It's, are you running in the university with swords and weapons to attack? Uh,
Walking into the university with two scimitars, a heavily magic bow, and a magical staff,
I mean, in
Yeah.
my
and a bear
defense,
trap.
my weapon can be like in a subspace.
yeah, but
So it's like,
you're not teleporting out of the circle with like 20 demons just going, all right, everyone's gonna die. Ah! Or it's just
I
like,
mean, is that what it takes?
Apparently, I could just walk in and be like, okay, hi, and walk up and place the water supply.
Hi, there's a demon cow in the water supply.
all right, you guys are at the university. Uh, you can go about your business as you so please. Nemeiser is going to pause for a second. She raises a finger and she is going to say, all right, Dila knows her package has been returned, and I hope that we don't ever have to have these trips again. Good luck
We
with.
will.
See you next week.
Next week, we'll see you in 5 hours.
Yeah, more than likely.
Nemeiser is going
All right,
to
luck.
drag her hand over her face and say, I just want to enjoy my time in the capital.
I'm enjoying mine so far.
I mean, I was joking when I said that, but also I wasn't.
I hope you don't. I hope, for your sake, you get to have a nice long rest in your own room.
Nemeiser is going to nod and say, I'm going to Honor's Reach. And she is going to begin walking through the sanctum.
Bye, Meister. I'll miss you.
She waves a hand behind her, not like she doesn't turn around. She just kind of puts up a hand and keeps walking.
Just like, yeah, sure.
Well, that's
So
that.
she informed
Good
that
to hear.
Dila. So she informed Dila that the package has arrived, which that's a callous way of talking about us. I'm a person. But
Alright, to the
I
hero
don't know. So
tower.
do we wait here? Do we go to the tower?
Let's just go to the tower.
Has
Yeah,
anybody
let's just
received
get-
a sending?
No, not as far as I know.
Well, I propose we wait here for like 10 minutes, and then we go to the town.
I mean,
Fair enough.
why don't we just go look for, the princess?
Look, I just don't want them to you do that thing where people expect you to be at a place and then you leave and then they get confused and then they wander off and then you wander back to try and find them and it's just
Yeah.
be polite, goddammit.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Why don't we just go there?
I'll wait.
I mean, a few minutes have already passed of you guys talking. It's not really much anything else to sit around and wait for about 5 more minutes. Nobody comes for you guys.
Okay.
We'll go to the town.
I assume that, Dila assumes that as long as we're alive, whatever little errand we had to do from her eyes is done.
I don't know, maybe she's busy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she could be fighting another war again.
Probably
Hi,
a war with.
Dila, we're prepping
Probably a
for
war with you. Probably a war with your father or your mother.
Or both.
What?
Oh, that's right. Dad would have been through here yesterday.
Mhm.
Hey, even yesterday? I feel like actually it was hours ago. What's
It was.
time?
He would have been.
What?
been a
They would have
long
been
day.
here this morning. It has, and we've been in how many? And we've been
Oh
in
yeah,
3
you
countries
guys
now.
just traveled westward. It is later in the day. Um, you guys went from midday to nightfall. The
It's just a
sun in
sudden
your run
realization.
moves east to
Just a
west.
sudden realization that
Or from west to east. There we go. Sorry.
that Kinyara Calendar Titan falling on top of us actually probably only happened like 6 hours ago.
Was it only 6?
Yep.
I don't know.
Time is
Don't-
weird.
That's about 12.
14.
Anywho, to
Wow,
Dila's
a lot-
Tower.
Okay.
It felt a lot longer.
All right. So, heading to the Heroes Tower. Unfortunately, Nomis, there's not much better security here. There are the 2 more Kelkin members standing guard outside of the tower, but again, who's gonna attack Dilo and Rona? They
Get the
notice both of you guys walking in, and you guys do know these 2 people, Simon and Alice. They'll raise a hand to each of you walking by, giving the slightest respect. And stop, Sigmund.
Oh, that's right. You don't know Sigmund.
Yeah,
I was about to ask like what's wrong with Sigmund, and oh right, Sigmund's new.
they'll say,
Sigmund.
you 5 have passage on the princess's orders, but she gestures, Alice gestures to Sigmund. Say, he'll need to be escorted inside. Does he have a conference with Dila?
He's with me. He's.
He's close attendant.
Simon and Alice are going to look at each other. Alice says, I'll take this one. And she's going to turn and say, come on, let's go. And she'll follow you guys into the tower.
God, a lot has happened in like a day.
This wasn't because of a day.
I know. It just I don't know. We've been busy.
I find it weird that we have passes on order of a princess, and it's not me.
I mean, your princess status is more a technicality.
The other princess
But
is staying
I'm
here.
the princess of this nation.
The
Yeah,
other
but
princess
like
is
it's
staying here. You're not.
Yeah, Alice is going to speak up and say, yeah, Dila's extended the right of hospitality to her. The tower is her home.
and also this isn't a monarchy, which is kind of the annoying thing.
Where do you guys head to in the tower?
Princess first.
Princess first.
1, we want to get Stradora back to her girlfriend. 2, we want to make we want to introduce Andrea to our new party member, aka my lackey.
Mm-hmm.
3, I was gonna say 3, like maybe also catch her up on what's been going on.
I have a large tuning fork I need to introduce to my organist.
Oh. As you guys go to Ostrandrea's room, climbing the stairs, Alice is going to speak up and say, I don't... The Kelkin's job here is to ensure the university's practices don't get too extreme. but I do have an ear for some of the gossip going around. I believe the assistant headmaster withdrew her from her classes.
For
You have to ask.
Sigmund, wait, wasn't here. He doesn't know.
Oh, I thought that was Jackal.
no, that was Jackal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alice is going to shrug and say, I'm not certain. I believe he's been acting as a bodyguard for her. They travel everywhere together, but
It's just been a while. Like,
No, that's not good. She's clingy and he's an asshole.
Are we
Well-
concerned that she's gonna pick up some bad habits?
Alice is gonna bite her lip and say, I don't know if I've seen them in the past 2 days. At least not coming in and out of the tower, but, you know, they're Arcanists, so...
I'm going to break into a cold sweat as I have thoughts on if he might be involved with a certain group.
No, he's a dude.
They've employed men, usually as slaves, but you know, they have.
It's fine. Let's not be concerned with the fact I haven't gotten ascending in 24 hours.
Alice is gonna say, no, the Calgarans are respectful. Some of them have been particularly vile, but Kaipeldin, he is bringing honor back to his family's name.
He appears dependable, if not prickly.
She's gonna nod, and I'll roll her a history check. She's gonna say there were those rumors a few years ago, but
Oh, those rumors.
What
yeah.
do you mean those rumors? You
You
don't
know.
go here.
No, those rumors. You know.
Rob knows.
uh,
Dradora also might kind of know, but
I think she told.
Alice
I want to
is
say she
going
told us.
to- No, nobody told you guys. Or well, I don't know.
Okay.
What did she tell you? If she did, somebody through roleplay might have said something. What do you know, Jackal, in character?
Like, oh, in here, I think she. Okay, so both Jackal and Anderson think she's talking about the fact that she's a demon.
no,
'Cause
this
those
guy
were-
Peldon.
No, so Andrea?
No, we're talking about Kai Peldon.
I'm getting.
Let's
Oh, okay. I thought we were
see if
talking
I
about the
got a
princess.
picture of him.
Tila's number 2. No, we're talking about
Yeah.
Kai Peldon.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anderson's just talking out of his ass.
Kaipeldin, Calgaran. Do I have a picture? I do not. Oh, why do I not have a picture? I'll import them later. Yeah, she's gonna say there were rumors a couple years ago that he killed another staff member here, but investigators. Somebody's just like, no. Who'd we?
Oh, well, it was
lose?
E.
Okay.
Oh, he probably just lost his
Um,
connection again.
Yeah.
Oh.
She'll say investigators, contractors hired by the Sunya cleared his name.
I mean, if he got cleared, I'd imagine he didn't do it.
Hey, welcome back, E. In either case, you guys can finish climbing the staircase. You find Asu Andrea's room. Let's see. And
we find her bloody corpse on the ground.
The door is locked.
I'm going to knock.
There is no answer.
Forcibly.
Gonna knock harder. Is there still no
Well,
answer?
There is no answer.
I'm going to knock really hard with my axe as I roll for damage.
No.
No.
Either
No.
myself or Nomis can take care of this.
We
Nomis,
have a
You
lockpick. We're not
Yeah.
ants.
you have two
I have a really big lockpick. Let me show you.
Jesus.
Before
Jeez.
we get in here, can you try to send a sending to Aussie?
Sure. What should I say?
Stradora, what? I feel like you're the best person to ask all the questions.
We're literally just asking where she is because we're outside the door of her bedroom.
Huh.
None of this is sensitive information. In fact, I'm doing a good job of ascending if she's inside that room by yelling.
Which if she's not in there, she probably would have. If she was in there, she would have heard it.
Unless
Yeah.
she's unconscious.
What do you say?
And we got a lockpick?
No, I'm asking Nomis. What'd she say in the sending?
Ah.
Oswandria is. Oh, how funny. My headset died right as I went to reply. Give me 2 seconds to change the batteries. And then I will reply.
She got kidnapped again. God damn it, here we go again.
All right.
Duck.
Oswandria is going to reply to Nomis and say, we've got crystallized earthfire fragments. We are trying to let me write this out. Let's see.
I thought for a second you said she was crystallized. I was real concerned.
We got crystallized. We are in an earth fire. Please help us.
Love.
Please help us. Please help us. Love Ussie. P.S. Stradora, you're beautiful.
Just like love your hair.
No, Stradora, I'm sorry.
All right, I think that is 25. I'm going to do my word count real quick. 20.
Would P.S. count as one word or two? One word or two?
Would what?
P.S.
PS, I believe that is one word. It is an
Okay.
abbreviation.
Yeah, for postscript?
Post statement.
Oh, statement.
All right. Oswandra replies with, we've got crystallized earthfire fragments, trying to find a ley line they resonate with. We're in Betrayer's Isle until nightfall. If this works, be back soon.
Right.
Okay, that's a lot better than what I initially thought was happening.
Yeah, I'm just gonna repeat it as I get it.
Betrayer's Isle. Where's Betrayer's Isle? That induces panic in my brain.
You can roll a history check. Betrayer's Isle is the place on the far side of the world.
Oh yeah, I just looked at the map.
It
Don't
is
tell us we were
the
almost there.
last bastion of strength for the Archblight.
I'm sorry, she's where?
Stradora's gonna take a deep breath.
Were we just in the town over?
No! Well, actually, arguably, we
Uh,
were a lot closer an hour ago.
Can
But
you see where I drew Jackal?
Yes.
Okay.
The door's malfunction. Betrayer's Isle? That gray-haired fuck took my Osandria to betray. Who babysits around here? My God!
The Meister.
Well, I was gonna say around here, it's Dila.
Until nightfall. I just
I mean, it's basically nightfall now.
I wanna hit something.
You know,
I don't know.
I'm
The
sure if it
question-
was dangerous, Lemeister wouldn't have let her.
Well, no, the Meister, Dila, you mean.
I mean,
Kai
Dila, you're right.
Kai Peldon Calgarin? The man authorized that trip. My fucking
Well,
God.
also,
Yeah.
if
Renulta on a bridge? I need a minute.
she might be referring to Nightfall her time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we gotta work with a time zone difference.
Oh, great.
So while Shadora sees, should we just go and stop in on Dila, let her know mission complete and
Mission
all that
complete.
stuff.
Get some lunch.
Dinner, whatever.
Dinner. What time
Yeah.
is it? Jet lag.
Warp lag. Probably, I'd say to go talk to Dila, and for Stradora's sanity, ask her if she knows about the Betrayer's Isle.
To give you guys peace of mind, this will be our last roleplay for the night, and then we'll end here. Is Dila in her tower? You are going to be able to find Dila, leaving Oswandrio's room and heading up the stairs for one of the very, very few times you find Dila's chambers dark. There are a few candles lit, and it is empty. You can see her on the second floor of her office. She is sitting down near the edge of the walkway. She is in a meditative trance, which I believe she is loosely aware of her surroundings. As you all step into her office, Dila will open her eyes for a moment.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt.
She's going to shake her head and say, "Oh, no, it's fine. I seldom find time to trance anymore." The Meister informed me that you all were back. That's wonderful news that your safety was ensured.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And nothing bad happened.
What about what happened with?
Nothing bad happened.
To us.
What?
Anyway.
Other people? I mean, we were the bad thing.
Anyway, Dila,
Dila's going to shake her head and say, "I'm sorry I had to use you for a lesson. I wanted to remind the Meister what we're fighting for, why we fight."
I think she gets it. I mean, she is a local hero now.
Oh, that's right. No, she saved a local town, and also they think that they're their reincarnated old leader. We got out of there quick after that.
But we.
Not as complicated as it sounds, but it's also not exactly a short story.
We got in touch with Mero Estrai. I believe he's gonna be sending a druid, but I would recommend that you or have someone get in correspondence with him to help him get all that done.
Coordination.
Yeah, get it all coordinated. For all we know, he might just send someone to a random place in a Luna guy, and that's that.
Yeah, quite literally, he just said like he'd send somebody to a Lilna guy.
He's a man of few words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soon. Or
Make sure he has the right location. It just doesn't send like a druid on a pilgrimage. It's like, okay, I'm gonna loan a guy. Now what?
Chu's going to nod and say, I'll have the Silver Senator of Arter reach out to him. Perhaps they can coordinate logistics.
Other than that, the rage you can probably feel coming next to me, Sudora, would like to know if you were aware that Alessandria is in Betrayer's Isle.
Dila is going to nod and say, yes, she's currently staying at the Nazram's fourth pillar. Third pillar. I have left very specific instructions for Kaipeldin for their studies and travels. She is not to be put in any sort of danger or combat.
The Sudora, the Nazram.
Fine. It's fine. My grandparents were Nazaram agents. It's cool.
Dila is going to shake her head and say, Princess Bertolf, or Furite Bertolf, has abilities beyond a normal student, which I believe Kaipeldin sees as helpful in this endeavor. Unfortunately, the earth fires are temperamental things. Ever since the Ascended came into this world, their flames do not resonate with any sort of magic that we as mortals are able to manipulate.
Huh.
There is but one still burning flame from an earth fire, but it is far out of our grasp.
Is it the one that's under the water?
Yeah, it's still in the ocean.
Okay.
She's going to shake her head
Comment.
and say, no, one of the first mages, one of the first mortals to ever wield arcane magic, has an burning torch of the earth fire. Unfortunately, it was lost in a great conflict this past month.
You lost Kargog's torch trying to fight Verena Girius?
She's going to shake her head and say, no, the Silver Sigil did not assist us in such a matter. All of their agents were lost within Dagger Gully. The reports of which are still vague, confusing, and incomplete. But to my knowledge, something happened recently in the ruins of the town. The Silver Sigil, they've lost a third of all of their members fighting over that
Shador's
moat.
gonna start like, you know, you did that thing where you like get excited and your feet kind of like you're like half jumping. The thing the cult showed me in the mirror. That's what happened. That's when they put Gendawai in her.
Dila's gonna say, Gendawai? They, from what I understand, the shield hand was there too. Pretty much everybody involved in the battle is dead.
Mostly.
Or
Look,
missing.
That's player knowledge.
The Silver Sigil reports a victory, though, at heavy costs, but no enemies or confirmation. But they have control over the city for whatever it's worth. Why they devote so many resources there, she shakes her head.
Do you have any ideas about like what they fought? What it looked like?
Dila will roll she'll roll a history check. She'll stand up and she'll go to her desk and come down with she'll walk down the spiraling staircase and present you with a letter. They described it as the bridge itself, a storm come to life, creatures the size of the horizon. Stradora, you can skim over Andis's letter. Andis is it is a apology for not devoting more resources to Dila's war, and a summary of their assault at Dagger Gully. He says they do not know what was happening in the city. They got intel from one of their agents infiltrating the circle that there was a ritual happening in the city, and that the Daughters of Gendwai for some reason brought all of their members there to defend the edge of the city. He teamed up with the Shield Hand and brought his entire organization. The Shield Hand assaulted from the sky and they assaulted from the ground. From what he could see, the entire city was a giant living storm, upon which it destroyed 4 airships. They thought the assault was lost, and hours later, a handful of their members came back as the last remaining survivors from the airships, reporting that they killed the daughters completing the ritual, and everyone in the center of the city fled. Andis ordered a retreat, after which he sent back agents to scavenge the battlefield, and the daughters have abandoned Dagger Gully, and the Silver Sigil controls what's left of it. They are investigating what happened and trying to discover more. Upon which the Silver Sigil will always be an ally of the university, so long as their goals align.
The image of evil Osandria I saw in that mirror, the bridge unleashed, would that at all fit the backdrop?
Yeah, I would allow you to tie those two together.
Okay, this is gonna sound a little weird, but in the Nakart Keep, there is a room filled with magic mirrors. Because Lady Nakart, apparently a paranoid vampire. They showed me 2 images. One of, well, a personal matter. But the other one was of Osandria, but it was weird because it was like, well, like the bridge upon Ilderon. It was very epic, but also weird because, you know, you've met Osandria. She's kind of demure or whatever, you know, she's not a sinister bout of evil. But it occurs to me that that image doesn't show, that mirror wasn't showing future events. Or it wouldn't gel to show future, it wouldn't, I guess, fantasy elements or just premonitions, because the first thing happened. Concrete. I remember it. I was there. I think what happened at Dagger Gully was the Daughters of Gendawai putting the thing in the vessel.
She's going to nod and say, "It concerns me that we don't have any more information on this. The Silver Sigil report a victory, but you know as well as I am, they're often ones to...
I mean, you say that. I honestly don't know much about the Silver Sigil. besides the fact that they exist.
They're really secret.
They would sooner lie to soothe over tensions while they work in the background to fix whatever mistakes were made.
I don't think they're lying, but I don't think they're correct. If that makes any sense.
Maybe one is ill-informed.
No,
A daughter of Gender.
I think they if I had to guess, I bet you they did interrupt, or they thought they won. But the daughters of Gendoi absconded. You know, they left. Where's the evidence to double check if you were correct or not? Because I don't know. I feel like, because I haven't got this damn dark water ahead of me yet, that they'd be more panicked if their vessel was useless. So basically, we'd have to hope that your Silver Sigil friends at least maybe crippled whatever they did with Osandria's body.
Dila's gonna nod, taking this all in, and say, have the members of my circle out working and scavenging the world for information.
They contacted me a couple days ago.
The daughters?
Yes, as I mentioned, I have the dark water in me. I'm not sure who's playing who, but they may or may not think that I'm a daughter of Gendoi because of that. It's how I got you the recipe to make the stuff to protect people during the mist.
Dila is going to nod,
Infiltrated.
placing a hand to her head and saying, I don't understand what magics Yandel uses with those waters. But I do
Primary
believe...
thing I know is that they have Lady Nymira, right? That's her name?
Yes.
They have a person, Lady Nymira. She's like Osandria in the sense that she's got a piece of Calfir inside of her. She can control people that are connected to the dark water. It's how they're gonna use that to, if their vessel is still at all intact, so Gendoi more or less lives, they're using Osandria's body, which drank the dark water, to control it, to keep him in check. They basically have a god on a leash.
Dila is going to exhale at that and say, all right. So first, my first priority is these beings that your father saw within the inner sea. If we can handle them, my next priority is the death mist. Then we'll deal with these daughters of Gendoi. I don't believe this situation is simply resolved by killing them.
Are we sure?
Death has never really stopped them before, and currently speaking, the borders between our various dimensions are pretty weak.
Well, I mean, like, it's the stone. If we can take the stone, then they can't find their way back unless they stay dead, right?
Well, maybe, but again, they were able to slip out. Basically, they've been able to slip through the cracks when everything was sturdy. Right now, nothing's sturdy.
Dila,
That big thing that my dad saw was possibly from the bridge.
Dila is going to nod and say, I've also lost the most powerful weapon the university has within our ranks. Esches has gone to Red Axe, and
And hello?
Dramatic
Oh.
pause.
I'm here. You said and Jackal?
We
and...
didn't hear whatever came after Red Axe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Eshes has gone to Red Axe.
Oh, it sounded like you were going to continue.
Oh, no.
Why?
He
Because
did
that's
tell
what it
you
sounded
guys it is a history check DC 13. He's just like, I'm done with this garbage. History check. I don't know if Nomus was there. Nomus
Yeah,
was
I
not
think
there.
no, I think Nomus was there.
Yeah, but I
Woo!
don't think you talked to him. Okay.
I recall it just being association.
Yeah.
Someone told me.
Jackal Anderson remembers it resonated with him. Esha said he went to Red Axe to for two reasons. One, he's looking for his dad, who he believes has returned to the world. And then he said while he was there also, something that did stick with you is your sage, speaking about Anna Estelle, is still alive and being held in the country. He'll see what he can do.
Oh, well, it'd be real nice if Esh is there, if he can, get his dad, because that's a god. And whatever a lawbringer is,
Yeah, I will definitely share this information.
when you do, I say that in character incredulously.
Like,
Dila is going to say, a lawbringer is something stuck in Jahara Utha, a very powerful devil that we don't have to worry about.
Okay, well, Anna used to be that thing. I learned a lot in the last 24 hours, and I'm not happy about it.
Dila is going to take your word for it. At that, she's going to say she is an enigma.
Anyways.
Zenith Rise has always been an enigma. That would align on several factors. In either case, you may feel free to rest and take shelter within the university. With confidence, I can assure you that this is one of the safest places in the world currently.
My dad stopped by.
Your dad is out. I sent him on business for the university.
And he went?
Do you have a public scrying mirror? To Stradora? Reluctantly. Yeah. To Nomus? Yes, there's a divination. There's a divination school that you can practice within.
He was supposed to drop off a sickle? It occurs to me the person he was supposed to give that to is in Betrayer's Isle! I'm sorry, I'm still not happy about it.
Dila is going to say, oh, yes, I do believe she's received it. Kai Peldon's been stopping by the university daily to check in with me. He's actually, in a few moments, he should be coming by soon.
Fantastic.
You're welcome to wait for his arrival if you'd like. Otherwise, I can relay any information you need to the princess. They're off to Red Axe tomorrow.
Look, said Kenneth, I only made that joke in passing.
Look, I know you did, Shadora, but the opportunities, honestly, I mean, it's not like we have anything else better to do.
Oh, we started a trial of waves.
I'm gonna scry on also Andrea later.
Okay, that takes two things. What's Dila's disposition towards the new,
Astator?
Yeah. Dila's going to say, that's so unfortunate. The current Astatar is so young and untested.
Yeah, we didn't mean to.
If anything, the people who I was asking, do you want us to start a trial of waves, were just as confused as we were. Legitimately.
I don't know. It seems us coming out of the
Oh
teleporting
yeah,
out of
you
our
know
way.
what? I'm sorry. We told you. That means we ended up in Galkin. I don't want that to reflect poorly on Nemeister. She was.
There was some water nonsense.
Points at Claw.
I am sorry.
And Anderson. They somehow ended up in. You said Providence, right? Providence
Yes.
for a quick spell.
It was the edge of Providence.
We were in Providence. We met the god of hobos.
Dila's gonna raise her hand. There is no god of hobos.
Sure
We
he is.
met a scavenger of sorts.
No, there is. Like, I mean, like, he sat around like a ring of portals with a fishing hook, and he was just nabbing shit.
And Dila's gonna shake her hand and say, "How did you get back? Physical beings can't exist, or can't remain inside of spiritual realms."
Yeah,
As Anderson says, there were several portals. We took a different one.
We have a tuning fork.
We have a tuning fork to. Well,
where we need to go. The place.
Kaminaji.
The place that I can totally pronounce.
We got a tuning fork to Taiminaji from him for a lot of things. And needless to say, when we went to my village, he was stealing stuff from my villagers through the well.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just the village.
Well,
he didn't choose. He just said this is apparently like a popular spot where portals opened, and so he just kind of set up shop. Had a very successful business going.
I think I can oddly enough show you the memory. I think. If I learned that spell correctly.
Dila is going to shake her hand and say, "No, you have a tuning fork to the spiritual oasis?"
Yes.
She blinks, shakes her head, blinks, shakes her head, and says, "I'm sorry, what?"
We have a tuning fork to the spiritual oasis. I can't get any more specific, Dila. That's
which we got.
It's a very self.
Which we got from the god of hobos. He might not actually be the god of hobos. You're right, but that's what we're calling him.
I forget his.
If you're wondering why,
are not.
If you're wondering why we would even want that, because I'm told that if I take Stormbreak there, it'll cleanse it of the bloodlust that runs through its very core.
Dila is going to say, there are ancient and lost stories of a being who purifies the waters of Ilderon through the Loom of Worlds.
We were told this. I know we were told this. I just can't remember its name.
She was the lady that basically made Martlin.
Dila is going to say, if you leave the tuning fork with me, I can research more into this topic. I am capable of spells to shift through the planes, but the bridge is the only destination I've ever aimed to travel to.
Weird idea.
I'm going to state this, and this is going to be sounding really weird, but the hold on, what was the name of the windfish? Fuck.
What was the actual name of the windfish?
Talaquin.
Because of my thing, Talaquin actually told me that the veil between realities is a lot more accessible to travel due to recent events. And while it is dangerous to travel through them unguided, I think from what he understood and from what I understand, you could probably easily travel between realities a lot easier than you should.
Oh yeah, no, the veil between worlds is super fucking thin. Thanks to whatever the cultist did.
I legitimately got sent to some place that was. I talked to a colossal woman that said she was the watcher of Lyra Major.
The guiding
And
star.
she is the watcher of Lyra Major. She was very playful around me. Don't know what that means, but needless to say, yes. And she took me to a location where there was a bunch of floating cities. Or ballast. Words betray me.
Yes.
Needless to say, I was very much among
Diva
the stars.
is going to say, it sounds like you all had quite a travel, and your minds are heavy with the things you've experienced. How about you get some rest for tonight, and in the morning, my council and I will convene and we'll take an official report from you.
That sounds like a good idea.
Paperwork. I missed a little guy.
Do you have any book on there would be a book in the library for rye crafting. I'm probably gonna get that before I head to bed.
Dila's going to raise a hand and say, this is a arcane university. We don't dabble with soul magic.
Ah, understandable. Didn't realize the difference. Okay.
All right. Upon which, we'll end there for the night, and we'll pick up here next session.
Cool.
All right. I normally hang out 30 minutes after the session. Tonight, I'm not going to. I'm gonna do experience, and then I'm going to skedaddle. Oh, you guys started the Trial of Waves. That was a side quest. I think you guys 500 for that. You've met Taloquin and you saw the Sanctum of the Cloud Giants. I don't know if that's worth any experience. Oh, I'm gonna give you guys 1,000 experience for moving forward on Ostrandria's part of the storyline. Ostrandria and Kaipeldon are very close to figuring this thing out. They're in the final stages of it. Other than that, not much else happened tonight, so I'm going to say 1,500, and we will pick up here next session. Nomis, you can add 350 ruby pieces to your inventory and 75 gold coins.
Is it 1500 experience?
Yes, 1,500 experience. 350 ruby pieces. All right. And here is the sending you guys got from Ostrandria, if anybody wants to report that for their notes. All right, and we will pick up here next session. All right, I don't need any of these other notes. Thank you everybody for watching. Bye.